like to welcome you all in our today's session, The Success Blueprint, here at SaveMax Sports Center. My name is Ashish Grover, Realtor by profession, trainer by passion. I'm surprised to see on a Friday evening the kind of crowd we have. We started the registration almost like, say, a week back. We started with 10, 20, 30, 40, and you guys will be surprised to know today we have over 250 registration. So this actually shows the kind of importance we have for this specific topic. So we would like to thank you all for being a part of this session. Without taking further time, I would like to invite our first guest speaker, one of the youngest and successful real estate agent, to share his story, how exactly he got the success. So can we please have a big round of applause for none other than Ishan Joshi.
Thank you so much, Ashish Bhaiya, for introducing me in such a nice way. Very good evening to everyone. I know that I'm just a minor part of this big event, but I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of give you a brief. I've been in real estate for about 3 years now, and just wanted to give you my story as to how I joined SaveMax, got into real estate for the first place, joined SaveMax, and touched the six-figure income point within the first year. So just to give a brief background about myself, I come from India. I was in the Netherlands up until 2019. In 2020, I moved to Canada as any new immigrant with a dream of making a life here and setting myself up both financially and with stability, with quality of life and everything. But one of the first steps, for at least in my perspective, when I came here, is I want to do well financially. And with connection to that, my dream for a job over here was maybe get into a bank and, everyone has a dream. My dream over here was get into a bank, make about $70,000 to $80,000 in the first year, and that would make me believe that I have started to do well. Now, as luck would have it, I landed, and it was the peak of COVID, March 18th, 2020. I took the last flight, which was inbound towards Canada. And by the time I was here, there was a hiring freeze all in all. No bank was hiring, no company was hiring. I tried applying everywhere, and by some God gracious luck, my parents knew Raman Dua through a far-off acquaintance, and I got in touch with him. I had a meeting with him, and I had a few words. I had a favor to ask him. I was like, sir, can you please put me in touch with someone who's in a bank who can get me a bank job? And that's when Raman sir told me that, Rajay, if you don't get into real estate today, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Big words, not to be forgotten even till today, probably not going to forget them for the rest of my life. So that's how it happened. I had a meeting with him. By the next day, I was registered with the Humber Salesperson Program. Within 3.5 months, I was one of the fastest people to complete the course. While I was doing that, Raman sir gave me the opportunity of coming all the way from Whitby to Mississauga to do an internship in marketing every day so that I can learn the basics of real estate even before I get into it. December of 2020, I get my license, and because it was a good 5-6 months, no traveling, no nothing going on, I decided to take a couple of weeks off. I've just got my real estate license. I'm like, okay, don't do anything up until 1st of Jan 2021. From there, I don't know what happened. It was all the training, it was all the mentorship that I had gotten. He kind of took me under his grasp. And he gave me a day-by-day guide that this is what you should be doing. This is how you should get into business. This is the amount of effort you should put into pre-construction. This is the amount of effort you should put into resale. How to do door knocking, how to do cold calling, how to do something different in this industry, which is saturated with 80,000 realtors. there was a point that there were more realtors registered with the Toronto Real Estate Board than the number of transactions that were being recorded on the Toronto Real Estate Board. Despite all of that, as a new immigrant into this country, looking to make a life for himself, within the first year, I decided not to take a job and take the biggest risk and join a self-employment, a self-contractual role at SaveMax as a realtor. And within the first year, by December 25th, 2021, I had touched a six-figure income after doing $10 million in transactions within my first year. I don't know how this story could connect with any one of you who've come in as a new immigrant and always thought about, the way to life or the way to make yourself set in this country is doing a job, maybe at a bank, maybe at an IT company, maybe in a marketing department. But through some luck and, of course, with his gracious attitude, he managed to change my mind and convinced me to take the plunge into real estate. And I can tell you, I have not looked back since then. I know you're all here to understand the blueprint which he's going to provide. I'm a live example of how he can actually train you, and his methodology, if followed to a certain point, to the T actually, not a certain point, to the T, might take 2 months, might take 5 months, might take 8 months. But when you're done with that year, that six-figure income, when you see it as a 23-year-old, brand new in this country, when you see that you've made that six-figure income just following blindly, I didn't look left, I didn't look right. The blueprint that he gave me, I followed to the best of my capabilities, and this is where I've reached in about 3 years of real estate. So I hope this could motivate you, this could inspire you, or at least give you a reason to stay a bit more in this session to get 10% of what I could learn in my time at SaveMax. So thank you so much to everyone. I'll take a special minute to thank my mentor, Abhishek Grover, who was under Raman sir, and who took his time out to mentor me as well. I'm telling you, you are not wasting your time at all by being at this amazing session, and every point that you take, follow it to the best of your abilities and leave the rest to someone up there, and I'm sure everything will work out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ishan. Before you leave, a quick question for you. How old are you?
So as of now, I am 24 years old. And in that much time, I have managed to do $22 million in real estate transactions.
Wow. That's amazing. At the age of 24, you are a real success story. Thank you so much, Ishan. I see a big group today. I'm very curious to know what actually motivated you guys to be a part of this session. Like, give me one good reason, just on a random basis, why are you here? Anybody would like to share the thought? Just raise your hand.
Hello everyone, myself Neha. You might be surprised to know I'm not a real estate agent here, but still I'm here just because of Raman Dua. I want to know how he succeeded. I'm an accountant since last 12 years, working part-time, but still want to learn a lot from Raman Dua. So today I'm here for Path for Success. That's a one word.
Thank you, thank you. Anybody else?
I've been in this field not very long. I've done just one transaction as yet, but that was breaking the ice. And somehow I feel that I lack that motivation to go forward and do my best and go out of my comfort level. I'm here to do that. I'm here to get motivated and who better than Ram.
Student who came 8 months back, and for the last 4 months I have been following Raman sir. First of all, I'm following this real estate career in Canada, and also Raman sir. And I'm here because first I need to learn, not only for Raman sir, I need to learn what what this world is, what this real estate world looks like, so that I can be like some of you here within the next year, and I'm following that. So I'm currently in the first program of the Humber. I have enrolled for the first program, and hopefully after 1 or 2 years, I'll be over there and sharing my success story.
It's a small story, I won't make it very boring. I'll start from a story and connect to my story. So once upon a time, there was a woodcutter, and he was very, very good at his job. He excelled at his work. Nobody could beat him. Then a very young guy came to his village and he said, I am pretty sure that I'm much better than him because I'm younger than him and I am stronger than him. So he challenged him. And the old woodcutter, he accepted the challenge. And now the younger woodcutter, they both had a competition. Now in this competition, they were able to hear each other but not see each other. So they had a little wall in the middle. So the older woodcutter was cutting the woods and the younger woodcutter was cutting woods. And now the younger woodcutter was very smart. He could hear that the older woodcutter, while he's cutting the woods, he's taking small breaks. Every an hour, maybe a break of 5 minutes. Now the younger woodcutter noticed that, so he said, while he's taking break, I'm gonna work even harder and cut more woods than him. So challenge ended, so they start counting the woods. Now obviously, because the younger woodcutter was cutting way faster and more than him, so he's supposed to win. When they counted the wood, surprisingly, the older woodcutter won the challenge. Then now the younger woodcutter went to the older woodcutter. He said, "Sir, how can you win? I'm pretty much sure you were taking breaks while I was cutting and I was working much harder than you, but you won. How it's possible?" So the older woodcutter told him, "When you were cutting the wood and I was taking a break, I was sharpening my tools." So my friends, sharpening your tool, that's how I am here today. So for me, what is sharpening my tool is, when the pandemic started, I started making my videos of my exercise or my workouts or my dance. And one senior member of SafeMax called me. He said, "Kavi, you are making fantastic videos, but why don't you make videos about real estate?" And that really hit me hard. I said, "True." He said, "You are helping TikTok or social media to make money from you. Why don't you make money from them?" And that's it. That was my opener. And I said, he's so right. And I started making lots and lots of TikTok videos from that day on. And the person who gave me this advice which I can never forget, is none other than Mr. Raman Dua. So for me, sharpening my tool is listening to my mentor. For me, sharpening my tool is being at the right place. When I started real estate about 4 years ago, I joined a different brokerage at the initial stage because I love talking. I can talk to literally anybody. So I started doing door knocking. I think I had no hesitation to do the door knocking. I got my first listing within 10 days of my real estate license, just through door knocking. I got my second listing within 30 days of my real estate license. None of my deals got closed. That's my tool. So I said, I need somebody who can mentor me how to close the deal. We can all get a listing, but do we know how to close the deals? For me, I needed some mentor who can help me to close those deals. That time I was brand new. I didn't know how to do those transactions. So that's why I changed the brokerage. I was lucky enough to join SafeMax. Of course, I used to see these posters everywhere on bus shelters, Raman Dua, SafeMax, and that's the reason I went to their office. But once again, I would say sharpening your tool. I'm pretty sure how hard I am working. Whoever is realtor is working as hard as me. But what are we lacking? Sharpening that tool, that mentorship, that atmosphere. I'm pretty sure everybody has a moment when we're a little bit down, like transactions are not happening or things are not happening. Then when I go to work, I see this positive atmosphere. In SafeMax, we never have a dull day. I heard this yesterday from a colleague, and I will say we don't have a dull day because everybody is so positive in the office. We are we are inspiring each other. In January, I did 3 deals. A colleague came to me, no jealousy. She said, Kavi, you did 3 that inspired me to do 1 this month. So everybody is enhancing each other. That's the beauty of Save Max. So for me, my X or my enhancing is my mentors and Mr. Sachin Gupta, Mr. Sampan Bhatia, and definitely Mr. Raman Dua. So when I started real estate, I was doing pretty well. By the way, I had 4 clothing store, and I think that's like I was making already 6 figures. But I was making this fixed 6-figure income for past 7 to 8 years, and I wanted to grow more. I'm very ambitious, and I love that part about me, and I want to keep going on and won the world. So when I started Save Max, everybody said, Kavi, you're doing good. Closing your store, you think it's a simple thing? I said, no, but this is not what my aim is. I'm not here to make 6 figures. I want to do much better. I want to make more money. For me, money is a big incentive. So I think everybody is, but a lot of people don't accept it, but I do accept it. So when I went to Mr. Sachin Gupta, who is my broker of record, I asked him one question. I said, sir, I'm already doing okay. For me, motive is not to make 6 figure. Motive is to make 250K this year. Motive is to make $500,000 next year. That's where I want to see myself. He said, Kavi, if you're hardworking, if you give me your time and your effort, I promise we can aim 250 next year. And last year I did $50 million sales volume, and I did, I think, close to $1 million gross commissions. So that's my story.
All right, Kavi, thank you so much for letting us know about your success story. Just before you leave, I won't take much of your time, but we are very curious to know how many transactions have you done from social media? On an average.
I don't have an exact count, but I think if I average it, about 60% of my business is from social media.
Wow.
I went today to a listing presentation, and that was also from social media. I'm coming from Bradford right now. I went with my colleague, and that was also from social media.
Wow, that's fantastic. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Kavi Sharma.
Thank you.
All right, now finally, the time has come that you all have been waiting for, I guess. We are not the speaker, Kavi was not the speaker, Ishan was not the speaker, and you guys are not here for us. You guys are here for somebody else. But before I invite that person, I would like to inform you all that we have made some special arrangements for dinner. So please make sure that once we are done with the session, you guys do enjoy the dinner. Moving on. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't think so I have to give any kind of introduction for this famous personality, but still I would like to introduce, and I would still like to tell everyone that I'm going to invite none other than Mr. Raman Dua, who is the CEO and founder of Save Max, a very famous and successful personality who has created success for himself along with a lot of people around the world. So let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Raman Dua.
How is everybody tonight?
Perfect.
All good?
Happy to see you.
Having fun? Good to see you all, guys. Thank you very much for coming for tonight. Come on, man. Give a round of applause at least. Why you guys are so dull? Am I loud and clear? Good, excellent. So guys, first of all, today we have a very, very special guest here for tonight. I should say he's our chief guest. Let's give the biggest round of applause for Senior Dua Sahab. My buddy, my friends. I know you guys call him my dad, but I call him my friend. Thank you, Dua Sahab, for everything, all the love and the blessings. So how is everybody doing tonight? Good? Why are we here? Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. That's important. You know, when I came into this country, I'm going to give you a good tip for tonight. When I came into this country, you go and say anybody, ask anybody, how are you? What do they say? Not bad. So they used to say not and bad. Two negative words. So what I did, I was thinking, how should I respond when somebody says, how are you? So I started saying, I'm excellent. But you know what? That was not the power. That was not the energy which was coming from inside. So I found a fantastic word. And what is that word? Fantastic. So when you say fantastic, it really comes from inside. And you will feel the energy. So whenever you meet somebody, you don't say not bad. More than 10,000 people, more than 10,000 people in my circle I meet on day-to-day basis have started saying fantastic. So how is everybody tonight? Thank you.